We begin with breaking news, and it's wonderful news. It's a first look at the images people across the DMV have waited months for. Moments ago, the Washington Commanders released the first batch of renderings of the team's new stadium on the RFK site, and WUSA 9 has been there right along for every step, and we're here this morning for you to see. Our chief investigative reporter Eric Flack is joining us at 8. He's been covering the Commander Stadium pursuit for years. He's been working this story since early this morning. Flack, these are the first publicly released pictures of the stadium.
And Allison, it seems like we've been waiting a long time for these, haven't we?
Absolutely.
And I think the wait is worth it. It's a $3.7 billion stadium, and as you remember, taxpayers have kicked in $1.1 billion in funding. So let's see what they got for all that money. Let's get right to the images. There they are. Commander owner Josh Harris has said the stadium would reflect the nation's capital while honoring the old RFK Stadium. Sorry about that.
It looks like it too, Flack, when you said the old stadium.
It does. Doesn't it look like the old stadium?
It
design firm HKS appears to have delivered on that promise. It's on the monumental axis there, so it's all in line with the Capitol and Washington Monument. The stadium is going to hold 70,000 people, making it large enough to host the Super Bowl. Now, it does sit, let's look at this one image along DC's monumental axis right there. So it's in a straight line with the Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument, and U.S. Capitol. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes,
the stadium features a transparent domed roof. It rises on the north and south sides, but stays lower on the east and west, and that's to avoid blocking the views of the Capitol and the monuments. That swooping roofline, as you said, doesn't it kind of echo the old RFK? It looks a lot like the old RFK. Notice those columns along the exterior. They're designed to connect the stadium interior with the public spaces outside.
And so it's very Jefferson Memorial-esque.
It is, and they really tried to kind of make it look like a monument. Now, as with the agreement with the city, 30% of the site is going to be dedicated to parks and recreations along the waterfront. The stadium is designed by HKS, that's the firm behind US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, and AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Now, in a statement, Mark Klaus, who's the president of the Washington Commanders, said HKS's approach has, quote, helped us shape a concept that is worthy of its extraordinary site along DC's monumental axis and truly embodies the spirit and character of the district. DC Mayor Muriel Bowser credited HKS with designing an iconic stadium that honors the history of our city and our skyline, while also being a true catalyst for future opportunity at the RFK campus. The team in the city say the project is designed to spur development, as we know, surrounding development in that entire area, serving both as a gathering spot, a venue for major events, and really a catalyst for economic development in that region and hopefully the entire city.
Right. Okay. So this is exciting.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
Yes. What do you think?
But I'm greedy. I want to know what's next. But you know what I thought? My initial statement is when you talked about that line there with the monuments, that Pierre Lafont would be very proud.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Lafont is actually mentioned in the press release. It's interesting that you bring that up. That was very intentional that they did that. I think, you know, there was an idea that obviously this is in the same location as the old RFK Stadium, so they've always been in that straight line. But
I never noticed. Maybe I was too young to notice.
Because the old RFK was not built with the idea to keep it in line and in the same kind of vein as the other monuments. And they were very intentional with how they did this, hoping to kind of create that monumental feel and something that was in line with the entire city. So what's next, you asked? It's going to go to the district for approval. There's a process.
So this isn't a done deal necessarily.
I mean, it's not a done deal. There are, the National Capital Planning Commission could review these plans as soon as February 5th. They are actually there. This NCPC is actually there to advise and review plans to make sure that people don't build things in Washington, D.C. that are not within the overall feel and atmosphere of the city. They're the same people who are reviewing the East Wing ballroom renovation
White
plans
House,
right now.
yeah.
The Commission of Fine Arts also has to sign off before construction can start. Construction is supposed to start, though, this fall.
Okay, so these were made public. Will there be more renderings, or have we seen what we're going to see?
I'm told
right
there's going to be a lot more renderings. This is just the first batch. There are going to be additional renderings from outside. There are going to be more renderings from inside that stadium to see what it looks like to look up at that beautiful swooped translucent roof. More to come for sure. But today, the first images after months, and in many cases, people have been waiting years to see what a new stadium would look like, and here we are.
Right, as we saw the beautiful RFK just sit there and sort of deteriorate in front of our eyes.
And what a replacement.
What a replacement. Exciting. Okay, 2030, that's still the
2030 is when
ultimate date.
That's what we're looking at.
All right. Flack, thanks so much.
All
Appreciate
right,
you.
exciting stuff.
All righty.